The launching gorge has become a tourist attraction since the hydro dam was built in the 80s. Tourists can take a boat ride to take a closer look to the natural scenery of the 7-kilometer-long gorge.
Some police officers are stationed in the area to facilitate the flow of people.
Many Hong Kongers make the most of Chungyuan Festival long weekend to travel to the mainland, while others keep faith with festival tradition by visiting the graves of their ancestors. And international condemnation for Israel after their attack on the UN peacekeeping base in Lebanon. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Friday was Chungyuan Festival. Many Hong Kong people flocked to the mainland for the three-day holiday. Multiple border checkpoints swarmed by cross-border travelers with the MTR forced to adjust train frequencies. The Immigration Department said as of 4 p.m., upwards of 460,000 Hong Kong people exited the city via various land ports. Cost-effective. Many people observed the Chungyuan Festival tradition of tomb sweeping. Lin reports.
Some police officers are stationed in the area to facilitate the flow of people.
A private car hit and killed a wild boar on Clearwater Bay Road in Sai Kung Friday morning. 5 firefighters who stopped to help were injured after their truck was accidentally rear-ended. The incident unfolded at about 11 a.m. A wild boar charged towards the road and was struck by a Kowloon-bound car on Clearwater Bay Road. An Israeli strike on the United Nations headquarters in southern Lebanon injured 2 peacekeepers and drew widespread condemnation. China's UN envoy Fu Chong denounced the attack. At least 22 died in a strike on Beirut on Thursday, and 2 Lebanese soldiers were reported killed on Friday. Nasvi Karim with more. This year's Nobel Peace Prize went to Nihon Hidankyo, Japanese survivors of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The announcement was made in Oslo, Norway on Friday. Nasvi Karim again. In the U.S., at least 8 died after Hurricane Milton plowed through Florida as a Category 3 storm with winds of 205 kilometers an hour. Many evacuees returned to find their homes destroyed. Tracy Furness has more. The 3-day ASEAN summit came to a close in the Lao capital Vientiane today. Premier Li Qiang said China will insist on using dialogue to handle differences and issues related to the South China Sea. The U.S. meanwhile said it will continue cooperation with ASEAN countries. The reports. Premier Li Qiang earlier met with Japan's new Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit. Danny Zhou reports.
The launching gorge has become a tourist attraction since the hydro dam was built in the 80s. Tourists can take a boat ride to take a closer look to the natural scenery of the 7-kilometer-long gorge.
Switching gears to finance. Finally, the weather for Saturday, mainly fine and dry during the day. Temperature is expected to range between 24 and 29 degrees Celsius. And that's the news for tonight. Thank you for watching.